Okay, ladies, it is the moment you've all been waiting for, hand-free orgasms. And the crowd goes wild. I hope you are excited for this. And if you're not, and this feels like a little impossible, an unachievable task or goal, or an impractical thing for you, then I want to tell you that every single one of you has the capability to learn how to do this. Just like everything else worthwhile doing, it takes practice. And maybe that means lots and lots of practice. But truly, who wouldn't want to be spending their time practicing having orgasms? Am I right? I'm right. I know I'm right. Enjoying hand-free orgasms is something that you can enjoy, you can practice, and you can achieve in solo sex or in partnered sex. So this is a very cool way to mix things up in the bedroom if you are in a relationship or if you are dating, even if you are having casual sex, to bring add some spice, right? Some flair, something new and something exciting into your sexual repertoire. When we speak about orgasm, we automatically link and think this to sex, right? As being a physical act. But so much of pleasure can be experienced in the body through the mind alone. Hand-free orgasm has its roots in thousands of years of Taoist and tantric practices that focus on mindfulness for sexual pleasure. So in my research leading up to this video, I read somewhere that in the 1970s, a couple of sex researchers made the connection between thinking and arousal and actually started referring to the brain as one of the major sex organs in the body. Now, this to me makes absolute sense. It makes total sense. If I'm making love with my partner, with myself, and I'm up in my head and my mind is thinking about dust on the ceiling or, my shopping list that I have to go and do later this afternoon or whatever, my pussy isn't going to be responding with consciousness or a focus on pleasure. If my mind is completely present with the sensations that are happening in my body and I'm visualizing and I'm deep breathing and I am encouraging sexy thoughts, my pussy is going to be mimicking this. So yes, I would definitely agree that our brain is one of our major sex organs. So for starters, there are many different ways that you can have an orgasm without touching yourself. This can be done through, and definitely not limited to, meditation, breath work, activating erotic energy, hypnosis, pelvic floor exercises, listening to autoerotica, when you're sleeping, those dream orgasms, whilst exercising, ASMR and binaural beats, during childbirth, and even just by thinking about it with enough practice. The fundamentals for all of these to be achievable, I believe it comes back to our breath, our energy, and our mind. It isn't just as simple as, sitting back and letting a recording do the work if you've got your headphones in, or going to the gym and hoping for the best when you're doing a certain exercise, or even just putting on a sensual meditation. Achieving the right state requires presence, practice, surrender, trust, and focus, and specifically on your breathing. One day, after lots and lots of practice, it will become second nature. May take you a week, may take you months, may take you years. It boils down to mindfulness. Our bodies are very smart in that if we trust them and let them run on autopilot without trying to control everything up here, your body will amaze you. It's almost as if our bodies are just waiting to exist in states of pleasure. When you think about it, that's pretty fucking magical. And I want to share a fun fact. When I was doing my research leading up to this video, I found something that I didn't have to include, but I thought that you might enjoy to hear this. So you can have an orgasm from stimulating your belly button. Belly button gasms. It's an actual thing. And when I first read that title, I was like, fake news, this is a joke, like whatever. And then I kept reading down, and there's a supposed explanation of this phenomenon that is stimulation of the belly button hits the vagus nerve. Now, we have spoken about the vagus nerve before. I believe it was back in our open throat, open yoni practice, which might be in the female body module. But anyway, vagus nerve that actually connects to the cervix from the brain and by the way down, through the belly to the belly button, right? So from top down, or from the bottom of your the start of your spine down to finishes in your cervix. So your belly button's there. And whilst orgasming from your belly button may sound like absolutely wild, and I didn't believe it, there's actual science to back this up. And I read an interesting study done by the Department of Psychology at Rutgers, a university in the US, on people with vulvas who were paralyzed from the waist down. So even though they had no feeling in their vulva or their vaginal area, when the vagus nerve was stimulated, they had orgasms. And this was done through their belly button, right? So this is due to the vagus nerve ending within the cervix, like I said, which is where that stimulation resulted. So the vagus nerve runs from back of the brainstem, as I said, down the body and ends in the cervix. And the vagus nerve is the onset of the nervous system, and it is the most extensive distribution of the cranial nerve. So although it runs straight down, there are so many pathways of these nerves that travel through your body. So this is also why many people describe this type of orgasm as a full body orgasm, given the extent of the vagus nerve and the way it goes into the body. So I was really intrigued when I read about this, and I might have to just look into it a little bit more and come back with a full personal report. Might try it myself. But what I have done for you is I have attached links to different YouTube video tutorials for different types of hand-free orgasms. So this will be underneath this video in the Member Vault portal under the lesson notes. So I found you a hypnosis, a meditation, a breath work, an energy orgasm, and even a little extra one on giving your partner an energy orgasm. So if you do have a partner, a lover, whatever, someone that's interested in exploring this with you, that's a great one. So play around with these and even start to search for guided sessions that you really resonate with and enjoy. And please, as always, share whatever you find in the Facebook group, because I'm sure everyone else, as well as me, would love to add your videos to the collection. Spend the next week until we meet again exploring what hand-free orgasm means to you. Where do you feel in your body pleasure can be cultivated really easily? Where do you feel in your body that your pleasure is maybe numb or blocked? What style of practice that I shared with you today or that you've found really suits you and your desires? Maybe what kind of stimulation really turns you on without you having to touch yourself? It's really great homework this week, so have a lot of fun with it. And remember that also this type of work, this type of practice, it can bring up a lot of feelings of discomfort, maybe of frustration, of unworthiness or not enoughness. For most of you, myself included, you're not going to experience having a hand-free orgasm this week. The retraining of our path to climax is going to be based off how we've been bringing ourselves to orgasm the most in our sexual life. So if you are a woman who uses a vibrator on your clitoris to orgasm, the retraining of this is going to take time. If you have never orgasmed from self-pleasure or self-touch, but you can orgasm from penetration from a lover, it's going to take time to rewrite those neural pathways that tell your body you can only orgasm this way, right? So as always, try to enjoy your journey. Be compassionate towards your self-discovery and share in the group if you need any specific support or any extra guidance, assistance, or even just to be witnessed in your venting or your sharing. I love you all so, so much. Oh, and P.S. This is the first video since I cut my hair. It's still a little bit wild. I'm going to start brushing out my dreads soon. But I'll see you next week, queens. Love you.